I wanted to really quickly run by the issues that we were brought by Bowers Machine Parts. Helen, the CEO, the newly appointed CEO after her father passed away, has been having some problems with the company, and so I just wanted to bring it up to you guys. We've been tasked with the responsibility of trying to figure out what's going on and how to best fix it. So, from what Helen tells us, she is experiencing managers that at the plant that no longer trust her or her decisions. After 20 years of working, she's lost a lot of the upper management, a lot of supervisors, employees. The high turnover rate is causing is causing the it's causing the personnel costs to soar because they have to spend more money on training and finding new employees. From what I can tell, from what you guys have been able to see from the case that I brought to you, what do you guys think are some of the problems that she's having?
Just based on what you said, I think that the biggest problem would be the high rate of turnovers. It's like she's getting rid of too many employees, or employees are leaving too quickly to facilitate enough numbers to keep them there.
Yeah, okay. So the high rate of turnover would be definitely a major issue. So to kind of just state some of the background information that's going on, she from the day Helen took over, she has taken over a different philosophy than the company employees are used to. She closed down the softball field. She's been instructing supervisors to crack down on employees, and she rarely takes her manager's decisions into account. What do you think some of the problems that may arise from this could be? Symphony, can you think of any?
I think one of the problems that could rise from that would be low levels of employee morale.
Okay, I think that's a good one. Any problems you can think of, Rick?
To add on to that, with low levels of morale, that could affect production value and levels.
Okay. So if we can just break down, if I'm understanding you guys right, you guys feel that the problems are the high rate of turnover is a problem, the production levels going down, low level of morale. Are there any other problems that we can see right now?
And there's a loss of experienced employees, which can mean a drop off in production levels and also costs. They're spending too much money in personnel.
Okay. All right. So just to, if we're all okay with it, I'm gonna try and break these down into three specific problems. So the problems are production levels are down, the employee morale is down, and we have a personnel costs have risen. So what you guys feel is probably the biggest problem that they have to deal with?
The employee turnover, I think, because we're a ground up kind of company, I think, or the company is a ground up kind of company, and if you're losing people as fast as you can get them in the door, that causes everything else to malfunction. It's a domino effect.
Okay, so the high turnover rate is probably the biggest issue. All right, so now we can talk. So as you just said, that's some of the consequences of it. What are some other consequences of the turnover rate being so high?
Like I said before, I think it's a domino. I think that by the turnover being so high, that causes the production levels to be down. That causes the personnel costs to be higher. We pay more in hiring new employees and training them, as well as the product is not the value of the product is not going to be the same.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add on to that?
I definitely agree with Brian as well, because with low turnover, you're having less people being able to get the job done.
Okay.
And more money is being spent on training to get new employees. With having employees that's 20 years in the game, you don't have to spend that much money on training. So now you're getting new employees, you're spending more money.
All right, cool. So we're all if we're all in agreement of that the high rate of turnover is the biggest thing we have to deal with. I think we can move forward in trying to figure out some criteria to hitting at this. So whatever solutions we come up with have to match. Let's shoot for three criteria. Is there any that you guys can think of?
Obviously, retaining employees.
Okay. So
and by doing that, you tend to boost the morale in the company, and then you have to figure out what that problem is rooted in. I guess that will come from people who are doing the firing or the people that are doing the hiring. So it has to be a lateral move. We have to move across the board instead of moving down and up.
So if I'm getting you right, retention. So retention should be one of the criteria. Is there any other criteria that we can think of? Too?
Yeah, I mean, just bouncing off what you said, next to retention would be morale of
Okay.
the employees.
So whatever decision we make has to raise the morale.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you think, Rick?
Maybe give incentives to make the employees want to stay. Because if they just see the company going down, they're just going to want to leave no matter how long they've been there.
So what that's interesting. You saying incentives for them to stay. Would giving them maybe more say in the decisions help? So an incentive. So raise incentives with more power. Okay. All right. Perfect. So let's everybody just go around the room. Just say some solutions that you can think of. No, there's no wrong. There are no wrong answers. There are no wrong ideas. Just spitball, and we can kind of knock them down to 3.
Solutions for
the problem. Solutions to the high rate of turnover. Solutions to
So maybe if you reopen the softball field, it would boost morale of
Okay.
employees.
All right. Anyone else?
I think that when employees they don't have a mission, they become lackadaisical. So maybe giving them more tasks, or more specified tasks, something to do.
Okay. And you don't have to explain them. You can just say them out. So
Maybe letting them be able to be a part of company decisions because the decisions do affect them.
okay.
At work activities, things that are not mundane.
Okay. I think everybody's gone once. All right. So let's see now. All right. So judging by these solutions, how do you think reopening the softball? How do we think reopening the softball field would help hit our criteria? Which criteria does it hit?
It hits the morale of the employees.
Okay. Does it give them more incentives, or do we feel like it gives them incentives to stay?
Absolutely, it gives them incentives to stay. It makes them want to bring other people on.
Okay.
It could develop a sense of community with it.
All right. So it could end up, and then by definition, it could end up helping retention.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that hits 3. That's pretty good. So specified tasks. How does specified tasks help with retention?
Specified. What I was thinking was it allows the employees to work on something without feeling like their work isn't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It makes their work valuable to the company.
Okay. I like that. What about morale?
It boosts their morale. If I feel valuable to the company, I feel more dedicated to want to come to work every day. I'm happier at work.
Okay.
I don't want to.
All right. What we could, I like that. Now we stated employees being in company decisions. How do we feel about that one? What does it hit morale?
Yes, because it feels like they matter to the company,
Mm-hmm.
and when you feel like you matter to the company, it like you said, it boosts your connection with the company and the community.
So I help boost morale. I also do see like it's an incentive to stay because now they feel like whatever issues come from the decision, they made the decision too, so they have more of an investment in it. How does it hit retention as well?
Yes, because the managers would feel like they actually are managers, so they would want to stay versus moving to another company and being a manager with power.
Awesome. All right. And so the last one we had was reduce mundane tasks. I like that, but I feel like it kind of moves into specified tasks. Does anyone else agree?
What was the question? Sorry.
One of the solutions we came up with was reduce the mundane tasks.
It works hand in hand, I think, with specified tasks, but by not having mundane tasks or not having them do the run of the mill, there could be specified tasks for every day. So you don't do the same thing every day.
I like that. All right. So real quick, we have reopen the softball field, specified tasks, company decisions, and reducing mundane tasks. We can just go around real quick and vote on which one we think is the best. How do we all feel about reopening the softball field?
Are we voting for the top one decision?
Yeah, the number one decision that we go on with.
Gotcha.
So we don't feel like that's the best one. What do we all feel like the best one is?
I'm going with specified tasks. I think that adds value to the employees' work, and they feel more valuable by doing something that they're dedicated to.
Okay. What do you feel the most?
I agree.
Specified tasks. How do you feel about? What do you think the number one is?
Specified tasks could help with retention.
Okay. All right. Seeing everybody agrees with specified tasks, I'll back that decision up. So moving forward, I'm gonna get this to Helen and let her know